By the way, this recording software that we use, it has the countdown. The one takes forever. Like, it's like 3, 2, 1. It's crazy.
We should just start straight away. Just be like straight in. Yeah. Who needs a countdown, mate?
No. But anyway, we have counted down. Welcome to the Common Ground podcast. For new listeners here, the Common Ground podcast, it's all about giving you all the insights that you need to have a great conversation with someone, whether it's in the boardroom or it's at the barbecue, being able to connect with people on their interests, on their level, and ideally in 10 or 15 minutes. Today, we want to talk about something that everyone should do, not everyone cares as much about, and that is skincare. It's definitely something that's changing over the years. I think a lot of people are interested in it, and asking people what's your routine is like a pretty common question these days. So that's what we're going to chat about today.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I would say probably for a lot of the female audience that we have, it's probably pretty commonplace. I think for men, it's only starting. I went to a skin company vendor. I'm not going to say who. I went to one of their stores and they're like, so what's your skincare routine at the moment? When I was looking at some walls, and I'm like, this is I should have an answer to this question. I didn't say I shower and then soap.
We've covered a lot of topics that are, I guess, more male-dominated. One, football, etc. But skincare, I think it's for everyone, and it's not just women that are interested in it now. It's super cool. So, firstly, like skincare, there's 3 elements to skincare. I know it sounds super complicated, but there's 3 main elements.
Okay.
First is cleansing, i.e. cleaning all the crud off your skin after a long day of walking around, whether it's sweat, dirt, oil, whatever.
Yeah.
The second one is moisturizing.
Okay.
So, keeping that skin soft, supple, protected, and healthy. And last but not least, SPF, which if you're someone that's from the Antipodes, Australia, New Zealand, this is drilled into you. You got to protect your skin. SPF is the sun protection, which prevents wrinkling, aging, and generally skin cancer and stuff.
Okay. What about like toners, serums, masks, like the 700 different things that you see, or like you get like these testers in little packets. The
stuff they give you for free when you're buying moisturizer, the scary stuff in the skincare store. Listen, these are all like more niche products that all serve different purposes, but are ultimately optional add-ons to that core routine.
Cool.
Right? Some of them are more legit than others. There's a place for those for some people if they've got specific goals when it relates to their skincare.
Yeah, cool. I was going to say that I feel like it shifted though over like the last, I want to say 10 to 20 years. It shifted now where it's now not just skincare, it's self-care, it's what you do for you. And then there's also gone to like everyone does it and everyone has a routine. It's a lot more pervasive. And even like in like social media, like, is that true? Like, what's the reasoning? Yeah.
100%. And you're talking about things that are kind of like interconnected with one another, right? And I think let's talk first about the internet, because skincare is huge. I think this is the main reason we're talking about this today is because, you scroll through Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, you see so many get ready with me's or whatever. Here's a couple of crazy stats for you. There's a hashtag on TikTok, which is hashtag skincare, and that has over 230 billion views. It's super viral. You've even got this like subgenre of like skin talk, and there's skinfluencers
of course
on these different platforms, which I'm here for the puns. I'm absolutely here for the puns. And there's even like a subreddit called Skincare Addiction that I've definitely posted in before, which has something like 200 million members, and it's super helpful community kind of exchanging ideas and how to look after skin or address skincare issues. And, it's translating into real money that's being made, There's a skincare brand called CeraVe. They had that really viral ad with Michael Cera during the Super Bowl last year. And their sales jumped like 300%. And they were already a big company, but based on a trend that happened on TikTok. Their product was featured in a trend on TikTok, and it went absolutely crazy.
That's insane. It's kind of crazy how like social media can only make such a big shift, but even like a company that big. I mean, so there's a big shift as well. Like the internet's taking it, you know, to every single person. Like there's education. Like people are creating their own identities out of it. Like, is it putting a lot of focus around like beauty and looking good though? And is it very artificial, or is there like some, you know, basis to it?
I think like an overall trend is like a move away from these like really overdone looks like makeup, which was kind of the main trend in beauty, I would say,
Yeah,
when it comes to women, to more skin care, which is around like taking care of,
yeah,
that sounds dumb, taking care of your skin, a form of self care.
yeah,
And the other big trend as well is it's being more inclusive, moving from Western beauty standards to more inclusive. The one that you probably most know about is the move from French to Korean skincare. Not only is Korean products popular, but also aesthetics that are popular in Korea or with other kinds of skin tones are getting way more popular as well.
yeah. Like yeah. I think a few people have told me, mostly women, have said like Korea makes the best products, and they get them imported from Korea. And isn't like I think it's a huge business for them, isn't it?
Absolutely massive business. Firstly, fun fact for you why that is. Basically, I think it's back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, the French skincare companies, they sent a lot of their staff to Korea and Japan because it's cheaper. It was at the time cheaper to
Right.
manufacture there.
Yeah.
And the people that were there that started working, they learned a lot on how to actually make quality skincare products. And over time, Korea and Japan have overtaken the French now in terms of quality. But yeah, you're right. It's a huge business. It's almost like over 7.5 billion US dollars in 2024. And that's like 40% year over year growth since 2020. It's super, super popular. Those aesthetics and trends like glassy skin, very Korean skincare focused trend. And even the Western brands are now trying to catch up a little bit, kind of go, yeah, well, I'm going to buy a Korean skincare brand or I'm going to create Korean style skincare products.
Yeah, that's wild. It's interesting that like now the West is trying to catch up with the East, right? There's obviously all these different products. There's all like these different routines that people will follow. Is there, I guess, an understanding around the ingredients and like how these routines are, and is like an understand like an agreement on like the perfect routine? What's being talked about in terms of like having the best skin?
I mean, the best skin is pretty subjective. I
Yeah,
think,
maybe I'm born with it.
I think, yeah, maybe you are born with it. I always, I always say to Allison the reason that my skin is good is because my skin is self-sourcing because like I have like naturally pretty oily skin and like it moisturizes itself.
I'm the same. I think whenever I put a product on my skin that's like supposed to moisturize, I get like I break out, and I'm like, okay. When I do nothing, just water, it's like, yep, cool. I can deal.
Yeah, you should you got to post in skincare addiction, man. There's
That's
heaps
it,
of
mate. Hey,
advice there.
start a Reddit.
Anyway, back to your question. Yeah, I think that's a big trend actually, is that people are moving away from, oh, I buy products from La Mer, or I buy products from L'Oreal, or I buy products from brand XYZ, to more being a lot more aware of what the actual ingredients are in the skincare and understanding how those ingredients affect your skin, right? So it's less like, oh, I have this great moisturizer which is made by X. It's like, oh, I have this great product which contains retinol or which contains glycolic acid or whatever, and in this concentration, and that is the exact right formulation for my skin. And then I'm going to look for brands that have those products in them. So there's actually one brand called The Ordinary that you may have seen at the shops.
Yeah.
Has super plain packaging, and they just put the active ingredient front and center. So it just says glycolic acid, retinol, whatever it is, hyaluronic acid. And that's a massive trend, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that's interesting actually. Like I think the simplifying is probably a really good tactic because there's just so many different companies now with so many different ingredients. They're all saying, and now with this, which is going to make your skin do this. And they always have a video that show the skin before and after, and like some kind of like, I don't know, digitally created video where it's like takes away all the bad stuff. So I guess it's interesting that yes, it's becoming sophisticated, but also we're trying to simplify it. So I guess when we like to leave a lot of the audience with a question just to ask if the topic comes up on skincare. Yes, we're talking to the male listeners mostly, so you can add into this conversation. What's the question that we think a hot topic to get people talking?
I think if you're speaking to a group of passionate skincare enthusiasts, one hot topic is, as you mentioned, the claims that people make. Skincare, much like health supplements, are not regulated the same way that pharmaceuticals are regulated. So, if you make a drug for cancer, you can't say it cures something else as well. It's legally regulated, the kinds of claims that you can make about your products. Whereas skincare and also supplements, you can kind of say whatever you want without any real consequences.
Yeah.
And also, no one's really checking what is actually in your product, right? You can even say this contains ingredient XY, but no one actually necessarily tests that it does.
Yeah.
A thing that's happening is the EU and other governments around the world are trying to regulate the ingredients. The interesting conversation is, do you think this is going to be good, give consumers more information, or do you think it's going to maybe stifle innovation in the skincare industry?
Yeah, no, that is interesting. I think it'd be curious to see what's going to happen with like these companies. They're going to start, being a little more stricter and changing how they position their products and brand it. I've definitely learned a lot. It's definitely made me feel like I've just got to run to the bathroom and find some lotions and some skins and do some cleansing and get rid of some potential blackheads. I don't know. I think there's definitely a routine in there. I've learned a lot. I hope our listeners have too. And thanks so much, David. And hopefully we've all found some common ground.